Hi there. So this time I'm doing a reading on the welcome back to my channel, and this time I'm going to be doing a reading on the uh, with using the Voyager tarot, which I find is useful uh, in addressing people's paths in life. So the question that I have asked around a few different politicians in the American political system is, what is their place in this world? Um, so the first card I got was for Trump, and the card that I got for Donald Trump as to his place in this world was this one, the Three of Worlds. And what it says about the Three of Worlds is summer nurturing. The mother elephant and mother bird with their babies represent the nurturing of young life into full fruition and flower. Summer symbolizes the taking care of your spring births and beginnings. Nurturing calls for Venus, tender loving care, as well as protective tree-like mothering. Like the elephant with its trunk, lend a supportive hand. The rancher's hand and Saturn symbolize the persistent and patient tending to business and responsibility necessary for successful nurturing. Interesting, particularly about the last bit there about patient tending to business and responsibility necessary for successful nurturing. In many ways, Trump is a businessman, and that's what he brings in some ways to politics as well. He's sort of running it like a business, making deals, the art of the deal. Ironically, Trump is a 3 in numerology, I believe, and it mentioned here nurturing calls for Venus, tender love and care, in Vedic astrology. He is a Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, so a bit of a synchronicity there. Moving on to Kamala Harris. Now, for Kamala Harris, I got the Three of Cups, but it was in the reverse position. So Three of Cups represents love in this deck. Love, the pink rose, is the unfoldment of your heart center, symbolized by the nautilus and blossoming flower. In love, you give of yourself, the cup that pours out, and receive of another, the cup that accepts. Love, the inner union of your projective male and receptive female sides, encourages you to flow and to flower with another. Love is the glue with which you build community with others. It is symbolized by the communion of fish. Interesting. Well, she's a Libra in Vedic astrology too, which is very much a romantic kind of sign. Hence pink rose. So, and it's ruled by the heart, I believe, as well. Venus is also ruled by Venus. That's interesting too. Given that it's upside down, there might be some blockage there. Now moving on to Robert Kennedy Jr., who got the Lover's card, and that is a major arcana card. The love is symbolized by the conjoined male and female as the law of union, oneness expressed through the marriage of opposites. It represents your communion with another and or the integration of your own inner polarities. Interesting, because he was very much up against Trump or against a lot of Trump's policies, and running against him as an alternative third party, and now he's sort of and he's a Democrat, so marriage of opposites, communion with another, and integration of polarity. So it's quite interesting. The Gemini twins, the duality of man and woman, sun and moon, jungle and desert, black and white, and the torn rose symbolize sameness and difference. Life is ambiguous for you. Keep your center amidst the pull of opposite forces. Union creates disunion, and disintegration creates integration. Synthesis and division are twins. You are continually faced with choices to choose this or that, to be involved or not involved. You may be indecisive, confused, and at times a little schizophrenic. The lovers is embracing the opposites. Be intimately involved with others, but also maintain your own self-integrity. Be feminine, but also masculine. Recognize your individuality, but also see yourself in others. It's interesting because other cards in previous readings, I think, came up as indecision at times there, but that is not so much as necessarily a negative thing in this reading, more a kind of integration of polarities that he brings to things, which is hence why he's was like a middleman somewhat in the two-party system. He's decided to go with the opposite party that his father represented, of course. Next was Elon Musk. So for Elon Musk, I got the Ace of Worlds, which represents success. Worldly success means being fully established, which is symbolized by the solidity and wholeness of material spheres such as planets. The planets of our solar system, being interrelated, symbolize the success of having it all together on the material plane. Very much so. He is a billionaire after all. Each planet indicates your success in a particular sphere of worldly life, and its double shows how you achieve it. You succeed in your financial affairs, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, through Jupiterian expansion in your work. Saturn through Saturnalian discipline and hard effort in your relationships. Moon through your emotional sensitivities and attachment. In your home, Earth, by being at home and taking care of it. And in your physical health, Sun, by being sun-like, physically active and exercising. Definitely a very successful person in particularly the material sphere and in all spheres. So quite appropriate to him. For J.D. Vance next, I got the Eight of Wands. Now it is in reverse. So light is the spectrum of color, the harmony of the rainbow's colors. Musical instruments are wands that characterize the ability to create harmony and to be harmonious. Bamboo, the harmony of yin and yang, and green, the harmony of red, hot, and cool blue, are also wands. They symbolize the bridging of differences and oppositions to make a harmonious whole. Harmony is the wand of the middle path, the middle road, with centered and equanimous energy. You can see the most direct way and resolution. The little experience I have of J.D. Vance is that he does come across not as particularly antagonistic, like as someone who's trying to mend bridges somewhat, but maybe through his own opinions, put some people off. There is, of course, the fact that this card is upside down, which might suggest that there is a bit of a challenge to harmony, and the very fact that he's been a soldier might actually, suggest that as well. But so that might be something you might read into it. This particular book doesn't actually have reversed reading, but generally when a card is reversed, it means there's some challenge to that, or there could be a sort of negative element there. Number 20, Time Space, for Tim Walz. Time Space in the Major Arcana. Time Space, known traditionally in the tarot as Judgment or Eon, is symbolized by Xipe Totec, Aztec god of spring, who, wearing the skin of a sacrificed human, represents the new life which attends the death judgment of old karmic patterns. As symbolized by the three Buddha judges, this is a time for rendering justice to yourself through objective and acute self-evaluation. The law of karma, the law of laws, symbolized by time-space, means that with your telescopic vision you are able to see the causes and effects of your mental and behavioral patterns. The sequences of the rock monument, sun and moon indicate your ability to see how your past determined your present and what your present will create for you in the future. Through your vision, you are able to alter the future and redirect your karma. Your sundial steering wheel illustrates your understanding of who you are and where you are going. Like the flyer, birds, meditator, and explorer spacecraft, you take great flights of mind. As a traveler in consciousness, you transcend the world of matter and go in mind anywhere for any time period. You are a futurist and seer. Your visions and ideas are seeds that bubble forth to alter minds and perceptions. You have a tendency, however, to dwell exclusively in your mind. You space out and ignore your physical and worldly needs and responsibilities. You fail to earth the genius of your perceptions. Interesting. I don't know too much about Tim Walz, but I know that he does come across as being a bit self-aware to some degree, more so perhaps than other politicians in a way. He was a teacher after all, and in the military, I believe. Oh, no, a teacher. It was J.D. Vance that was in the military. 10 of Wands reversed. The last person that I am reading on is Tulsi Gabbard. Like the tree and light, you grow as you expand and extend yourself into the unknown. The tree as a wand symbolizes your growth in consciousness and unfoldment. Just as the tree grows downward, you discover your roots going deeply into the dark, subconscious and past, and into earth, the primordial collective consciousness. The thickening and branching of the tree symbolizes the expansion of your worldly life and your understanding of your everyday fortunes. The tree also grows upward, representing your spiritual development and your attainment of higher consciousness and knowledge of the future. Through growth, you flower like the rose, shine like the star, and tower like the redwood. Interesting how she's sort of really come on the scene since breaking away from the Democratic Party. This card was also in reverse as well, so maybe she's had some challenge to that journey as well, blocked in her growth, hence why she well, left the Democratic Party. But through that, it has really going into the subconscious and deeply into the dark. She's kind of faced that shadow and having a spiritual development through it, perhaps. Not saying that, obviously for her experience in the Democratic Party was one of darkness that she decided to move away from. Not saying that it's necessarily dark or that all dark, but that she faced her shadow within it, and through it created expansion. She thickened her branches, which also gives strength to a tree. It's almost like going through difficult experiences makes you stronger, kind of thing. And then through growth, flowers like a rose, shines like a star, and towers like the redwood. Well, there you have it. A little dip into the Voyager tarot, and what it says about their place in the world. There's the Three of Worlds, Trump's card. The Three of Cups in reverse for Kamala Harris. The Lovers for Robert Kennedy Jr. Quite different from the Rider-Waite Tarot, of course. The Ace of Worlds for Elon Musk. The Eight of Wands in reverse. I don't know if J.D. Vance is involved in music in any way. Time, space for Tim Walz. The little statue on there almost looks a bit like him to some degree. It's more of a Buddha statue, I think. But yeah, interesting. And the Ten of Wands reversed for Tulsi Gabbard. There you have it. Please subscribe to my channel. That would be lovely. The more subscribers I have, the more readings I will be encouraged to do. Hope you enjoyed this one.